Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Folks, we are looking at CKB, but before we get started, check me out on Twitter at Real6Fig. I'm dropping news, charts, things on your favorite cryptocurrencies here. So don't want to miss out, especially if you're following me on YouTube. I might not get a chance to make a video about a crypto that I reviewed there or did TA on, but I might sometimes drop a chart on it later on if I can't get to my computer to make a video. Back to CKB because that is what we are all here for. Now we are seeing this very nice inverse head and shoulders, super multi-month pattern form. We've got a very nice neckline to boot. So with that said, all the cards are in order for this to move upwards, in my opinion, not financial or trading advice. We can see what happened here as well. The cup and handle, we got a very nice handle out of this, which formed a little ascending triangle, and that's usually what we will see on the backside of a handle when it comes to the cup and handle formation. But we sold off at the 2-cent level. And what does this mean, folks? Well, it means that that is a resistant point. And so let's go ahead and look into this. We can clearly see that on a grand scale of things, CKB is fighting with the 382. And right now, let's just get a grip to see where we are at. So bear with me while I pull up the 5-minute chart. Okay, so this makes sense. So we're at the 382. We can see price action rip to the upside. We have triple topped this Fibonacci extension now in the last few hours. So this is crazy. We are seeing the price squeeze. The highs are getting low. In addition, we are seeing the lows getting higher. So that tells us that the price is in a squeeze, and that's what it means to hear of a stock or price of an asset squeezing. The highs are getting lower, the lows are getting higher, and we are squeezing them together. And usually what happens is we will get some volatile outcome to the upside or downside. And I do think that we will see CKB prevail to the upside here, and it would be awesome to see CKB really move into this 382 to 50% level. So if that happens and we can sit on top of the 382, the next object to really plow through is the 50% level, and that is at about 0.023 cents. In addition, if we get through that, the 61.8. 61.8 is going to be a challenging level for CKB probably to break through, and we will likely see this process happen over the next couple days if we stay bullish and Bitcoin doesn't drag us down. I haven't looked at a Bitcoin chart in a day, so it's going to be very important that you check out Bitcoin with me to see what we come up with. 786, 3.5 cent level is definitely on the table for us to see. But if we can retest this 4.5 cent level that we saw back in April, that will be huge. The 127% level is going to be an important level to pay attention to at about 5.5 cents. So we're not even going to talk about any of these possibilities up there until we get there, because I'm not trying to get into the business of, having my subject matter consist of hopium on this channel. So with that said, don't be surprised though if we see CKB make a move to the downside before we move to the upside. And what I mean by that is if we look at this trend line versus these 2 points of interest here, we can see how this might be in a bigger pattern to squeeze up higher. So it's going to be an interesting one that we'll have to really keep our eye on over the next few days. And whether or not we get through this little squeeze here is anybody's guess for now. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see price reacting the way we thought it would, right? So let's just check out the good old Bitcoin chart. I want to just look at Bitcoin on a 4-hour chart just to start off. So Bitcoin, folks, looking good. I mean, really though, we are seeing Still seeing this rising wedge here on the pattern, which I'm just going to point out. It is still prevalent, and we can see price action has cemented itself on top of this trend line. So this is a valid trend line to pay attention to. We know this. 50 moving average is coming up. We can see that. I'm thinking that Bitcoin might do a little bounce off this 50 moving average once it starts getting a little bit closer. And we really might see Bitcoin kind of trade sideways a little bit closer to this cloud to meet this 50 moving average. So that was terrible there. So we might see something like this, kind of like what we saw right here. But with that said, nobody knows until we know, right? So we do see some Elliott wave theory impulses to the upside. So this is probably an ABC or ABCDE correction to, or I'm sorry, consolidation to, towards the cloud. So definitely that is what is going on here. Again, this point that we're at with Bitcoin right now is a crucial point because the 127% extension lies here. And so we really need to hold this ground. This is very important. A lot of times the 127 is a retracement area for crypto stocks, things of that nature. But if we can hold our ground, $68,000 Bitcoin is on the table. No questions about that, in my opinion. Not financial or trading advice, once again. If we blow through that, 71,000, 200%, 77,000. But we're not going to get into any of this until we get there, right? Because we need to hold this spot here. And what I'm seeing is Elliott wave theory to the upside. And if we have some sort of head and shoulders pattern, that's going to play out and wreck the market. This could be a factor. So we really need to quash the head and shoulders pattern and the rising wedge theory right away as soon as possible. So really, folks, that's all I've got for you guys on CKB and the market today. It's looking good as long as we can hold this 127 on Bitcoin. I do think that some of these altcoins will prosper, and I do think that CKB will keep kind of moving upwards along with the rest of the market. So I'm excited to see CKB chatter as well. That is awesome. So, like I said, I did have a lot of interest when it came to my NFT of the dollar bill. I must have put a post out on YouTube about it. So I do think that I'll be making another mint of those. So check out my last YouTube video if you're interested in getting a mint of my NFT. Big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you everyone who watched. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, it's $3 a month to get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.